I want you to picture two people. Same city, same job title, same salary. Let's say £60,000 a year. The first person wakes up, checks their phone, and sees £327 left in their account, 3 days before payday. They feel that little spike of anxiety. You know the one. So they start doing mental math. Okay, if I just don't spend anything till Friday, I should be fine. The second person, same salary. They check their account and don't even think about it because they already know their bills are covered, their investments are growing, their savings are stacked. They're not stressed, they're in control. Same income, completely different financial reality. And here's the uncomfortable truth. It's not about how much they earn. It's about the systems they use. My name is Mark, and I spend way too much time thinking about the hidden systems that quietly determine whether people build wealth or stay stuck financially. If you're someone who earns money but somehow still feels broke at the end of every month, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Here's the thing. Most people think money problems are about income. Once I earn more, I'll be fine. But look, according to data from the UK's Office for National Statistics, a significant percentage of high earners still report financial stress and low savings. And in the US, studies from the Federal Reserve show that nearly 40% of people couldn't cover a $400 emergency without borrowing. So clearly, more money isn't the solution. Here's what most people don't realize. Wealth isn't built on income, it's built on systems. And today, I'm going to walk you through 6 financial systems rich people use that most people completely ignore. System 1, the pay yourself first system. Let's start with the one that changes everything. Here's what most people do. They get paid, spend money, and then try to save what's left, which usually ends up being nothing. Now, here's what rich people do differently. They flip the order. They save and invest first, and then live on what remains. Let's break it down. You earn £3,000 a month. Most people spend £2,800, save £200 if they're disciplined. System user, invest £600, 20%, and live on £2,400. Same income, different outcome. This works because of something called mental accounting. Your brain treats money differently based on where it lives. If your investment money never hits your spending account, it doesn't exist to you. Now, you might be thinking, Mark, I can't afford to save 20%. Look, start with 5%. The system matters more than the percentage. System 2, the automation system. This is where it gets really interesting. Rich people don't trust themselves with money. Let me say that again. They don't rely on discipline. They rely on automation. Why? Because humans are emotional. According to research in behavioral economics, over 80% of financial decisions are driven by emotion, not logic. So every time you decide to save, you're fighting impulse, stress, and instant gratification. Real example. Let's say you plan to invest £500 monthly. Manual approach. Month 1, you invest. Month 2, something came up. Month 3, I'll do double next month. You don't. Automation approach. £500 goes out instantly when you get paid. No decision, no debate. The math? £500 a month at 7% over 20 years equals approximately £260,000. Miss just 25% of those contributions, and you lose tens of thousands. Here's what most people don't realize. Consistency beats intensity. System 3, the lifestyle ceiling system. Look, this one hurts a bit because it's the reason most people stay broke even when they earn more. You get a raise and immediately upgrade your life. Better car, better house, more spending. And suddenly, you're back at zero. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the biggest wealth killers. Rich people do the opposite. They set a lifestyle ceiling, meaning their spending stays fixed even when their income grows. Example, you go from £3,000 to £4,000 a month. Most people spend £4,000. System users, though, keep spending £3,000 and invest the extra $1,000. The result? £1,000 a month invested for 25 years at 7% equals approximately £810,000. That's nearly $1 million from not upgrading your lifestyle. This is hedonic adaptation. You get used to things quickly. That upgrade stops feeling special, so you chase the next one, and the cycle never ends. System 4, the asset accumulation system. Here's where everything shifts. Most people focus on income. Rich people focus on assets. What's an asset? Something that pays you. Stocks, index funds, businesses, rental income. What's not? Things that look like wealth. Cars, designer items, expensive gadgets. Here's what most people don't realize. You don't get rich from what you earn. You get rich from what you own. Example, person A earns £5,000 a month, saves £200. Person B earns £3,000 a month, invests £800. Fast forward 20 years, person B wins. Why? Because of compounding. Income is like water from a tap. Assets are like building a reservoir. Which one lasts longer? System 5, the time leverage system. This is where wealth really separates people. Most people trade time for money. You work, you get paid. You stop, money stops. Rich people build systems where money keeps working. Examples, dividends, investments, businesses. Here's the insight. There are only 24 hours in a day, so if your income depends on your time, your income is capped. But if your money works, there's no limit. Simple math. Let's say you earn $20 an hour. Even working 10 hours a day is $200 a day. But $100,000 invested at 7% is $7,000 a year without doing anything. Now imagine scaling that. System 6, the awareness system. This one is underrated, but it's powerful. Rich people know their numbers exactly. Most people avoid them. Here's what that looks like. Ask someone, how much did you spend last month? They'll guess. Wrong. But ask someone wealthy, they know. Why this matters? Because what you don't measure controls you. Now, what should you do? Track every pound in, every pound out for 30 days. You'll find hidden subscriptions, emotional spending triggers, patterns you didn't notice. Awareness creates friction. Friction creates better decisions. Look, none of these systems are complicated. That's the frustrating part. But they require something most people avoid, intentionality. Let's recap. Pay yourself first, automate everything, set a lifestyle ceiling, focus on assets, leverage time, track your money. This is where it gets really interesting. There are 2 financial cycles. Cycle 1, most people spend, feel broke, stress, spend more. Cycle 2, wealth builders save, feel secure, spend less, save more. Same income, different system. And that system changes everything. So here's what I want you to do. Don't try all 6. That's how people fail. Pick one, just one system, and implement it this week. Because here's the truth. The gap between broke and wealthy isn't knowledge, it's execution. If this helped you see money differently, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.